Alright guys, so I felt it in the Holy Spirit. To do this video. I'm here at Walgreens. So they look like normal shelves, but they're not normal shelves. Every single one of them has infrared scanning sensors right here for your forehead, right? A mark of the beast on your right hand or your forehead. Speak to it. It sees you. Seek to wave. They're made out of super thick metal. If you don't have the mark later on, you won't be able to buy or sell unless you scan your hand on this. Then it's going to open for you. Then it's going to let you get whatever you need. But without the mark of the beast, you won't be able to use these in the future. These lock. Right now, they're not locked, but they do lock. And they're made out of super thick metal with glass. You can't even break through them to get food. So again, recap Revelation 13. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on the right hand of their forehead, so that nobody can buy or sell unless they have the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of his name. Right hand, forehead. And it's going to be like this everywhere. And this is all just the beginning. Certificate of vaccine ID. COVID, you won't be able to buy or sell unless you can prove that you're fully vaccinated. They're going to collapse the economies and then bring in digital currency. The stage is set. They just need that one last social cataclysm to completely collapse the economies and bring in their new world order.
It's digital. You know, what's happening is there's a digital barrier that's been created between us and reality, and us and nature, you know. And we're getting to the point where we're going to have to need a mobile phone and a passcode to get into a park or to get into a car or to do any normal things, you know. So society's being restructured into this digital AI reality, and this surveillance mechanism is constructed in such a way that it will weed out dissenters like you and me. You know, suddenly you'll go to, because we've had this conversation, I'll go, oh, well, such a day game, we've got to drop your social credit points, and you'll go to buy an airplane ticket and find you're not qualified for the airplane ticket. There's no one for you to call. There's no appeal process. You're just not qualified. You know, and you get barred from certain services due to your political viewpoint. They're doing this in China now. They've got over 7 million people on China's credit blacklist due to social crediting, and these people can't do things like ride on aircraft, can't ride on trains, and many of them can't even rent houses. So it squeezes you completely out of the system, you know. And if you're a dissident, they can basically criminalise you by default by lowering your social credit points to the point that they've limited your purchasing power with just about everything. Can't fly, can't travel, can't rent a house. So they put you in the smart prison for your safety. But either way, you become an outcast. And they've done all sorts of stuff in China where they'd like to put change your ringtone. So if you're on the blacklist and I call you, I'll get a message to say the person I'm calling is on the credit blacklist. Do I wish to continue? Proceed with the call. So then I'll get a little noticing mark against my name that I'm associating with bad characters. So of course I don't want to associate with you. You know, so this is, we start policing our own thoughts, and it's just a way of squeezing all the dissenters out, and no one will even notice them disappearing. It won't be like this big, you know, the revolution will not be televised. You know, it won't be like this big blanket thing that you see. Suddenly you'll just fall off the internet because you don't have enough social credit points to have a house and have the internet on, or you can't access it on your phone because of what you've said. So you just kind of everyone will be going, what happened to Sasha? You know, and suddenly you can't tell anybody because your purchasing power is limited, and you just disappear. You become a noticeable person with the whole surveillance state they're putting in. So you stand out in a crowd. You know, they got all this sort of stuff in place, tracking people by the way they walk and all this sort of stuff. And when you look at what they're saying is going to become irrelevant soon and obsolete, they're saying things like newspapers, landlines, even GPSs. You won't have standalone GPSs because everyone will use their phone. So they're getting everybody dependent upon the phone. And we're losing cash. Books will disappear. It's all becoming digitized. And then they can just lock you out of it, rewrite everything. You know, so it's a very dangerous situation that we're heading into, brother. And a lot of people